Hello buddies, welcome to my channel. It's Ms. Marge. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today we're going to talk about products that I frequently repurchase. So a lot of my content, and I think a lot of the content that we have on YouTube usually is about new products, but I thought I would take a moment to think about the products that I use frequently and that I choose to repurchase because I like them so much. Because at the end of the day, we are looking for products that we like and we can make part of our routine. So it's not about having the most products, but actually having products that we like and enjoy and serve a purpose for us. So I have decided to divide today into almost four categories. The fourth category will be like an honorable mention. But we're going to do hair, skincare, and makeup. And I just chose like 3 or 4 products for each one of them that I usually repurchase, that I like enough for me to buy time and time again, and that really I like, and that I think that they're good products that I would happily recommend to anyone. So let's get started with hair. Okay, so let's start with hair. So I am someone who spends a lot of time and money on my hair. I have very thin hair. It's good hair in the sense that it will do whatever I want it to do, but it's also hair that tends to be dry and it's very thin, and especially it thins out towards the end. So I put a lot of effort into my hair because of that. And I'm gonna share, I think I have 3 products for my hair, or it's actually 4, but it's gonna be 3, that I love and I use a lot. So we're going to start with my favorite shampoo and conditioner, which are the Kerastase Fondant Extensioniste and Ben Extensioniste. So this is the shampoo, and this is the conditioner. They're from the Resistance sort of like line from Kerastase, but there are 2 different types of shampoo. This is the Extensioniste. And they are for people who want to grow their hair out. I started using this, I want to say maybe 2018 probably. And it made such a huge difference in my hair. I'm not someone who gets haircuts as often as she should. And this really was a game changer on like reviving that hair that really needed a haircut. I still need a haircut. I haven't had a haircut in a year, over a year now probably. But these 2, so let me see if I can make them a little closer. So this is the shampoo, it's the Ben Extensioniste. I get mine at Sephora. I usually get them on the Sephora sale, and they do last me 6 months because I don't wash my hair every day. I only wash it a couple of times a week, and then I do rotate shampoos. So they last me like a good 6 months in between Sephora sales. This is the conditioner, which is the Fondant Extensioniste. However, and as I said, I get them from Sephora. However, I did see that at some hair supply places, they have a bigger size of the shampoo, and I do find that I use a lot more shampoo than conditioner. So I may be buying the shampoo now from one of those places that have like just bigger sizes for like a better price because we're buying more. So, but these 2, like if you want to grow your hair and if you have really long hair like I do, these 2 are just like godsend. I love them. I can't recommend it enough. I've tried other Kerastase products that I liked maybe just as much, or sometimes I haven't liked them so much. So for example, they had their line for colored hair just didn't work for me, but I think it's because my hair is colored blonde. I think it works better if you have like a darker hair color. But for, the lengthening of hair, or if you're growing your hair out, I love the Extensioniste line from Kerastase. So that's the first one. The second one that I really wanted to recommend is the, I don't know how to pronounce this company. It's Way or Why. It's one of their, it's this one. And it's their leave-in conditioner and heat protectant. So I got this one first from a FabFitFun box, actually my first FabFitFun box ever. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll use it. And then I just like loved it. I was using the Alterna hair care before, and I started using this one and I was a convert. There's a couple of things I like about this one that make it like a good choice for me. I love that it's a spray. I find that when I wear creams that come in a tube, I have a hard time gauging how much I should be using. And sometimes because of that, I don't know, the hair feels kind of greasy or just like off. But this one is so light, and because it's a spray, it just goes in so light. You spray it on, comb your hair, and then that's it. It has heat protection, so I don't have to worry about like another product. I like the smell. It's not like an offensive smell to me. So this one, I've always gotten it on sale, but I would happily pay full price for this. I think it's also sold at Sephora. This here in Canada. And it lasts a very long time. Again, it like lasts like at least 6 months with like the rate that I wash my hair at. But I love it. I strongly recommend it. And even if like you don't want this brand, I do recommend the spray over a cream. I just find that they work a lot better in like just working through your hair and not sort of clumping or, you know, having issues if you put a little bit too much. And then my last one, and many of you probably know this is my favorite dry shampoo. I've tried other dry shampoos. I've tried more expensive dry shampoos, and Batiste is always the best one. This is not, so this is the tropical one. This is not the one that I usually get. The one that I get that usually is the XXL, and like its volume. I don't have really greasy hair, so it's not that I need it so much for that, although it really helps with that. But I do lose volume like maybe after a day. So I like to just like, you know, before I go to bed, just like, and so that I can have a little bit more volume in the morning. And yeah, like I love Batiste. It's my favorite one, and I've tried others. I know that if you have curly hair, spray like this might not work. And if that's the case for you, and if you want your hair curly, I do recommend, there's some like foam dry shampoos right now. I guess they're not dry. That's an interesting one, but they're foam dry shampoos that, or I guess like foam no wash shampoos. I don't know what they're called. That may work for you, but for those of us who can brush your hair like in between washes, Batiste, like to me, it's the best one, and it's like at a really good price. Here in Canada, they're usually like between $8 and maybe $12, depending on where you buy it from. As I said, this is not my favorite like type of Batiste. I usually like the XXL, but I've been using this one because this is the one that was available at my grocery store last time I bought, or my pharmacy, and nothing compares to Batiste. Like there isn't one. I've tried Living Proof. I've tried like Amica. None of them compare to Batiste. I've also tried like other cheaper ones. Batiste, #1. So this has been the hair part, and now we're going to go, oh, those are some fluff there. We're gonna go to skincare. We'll be right back. Okay, so for skincare, we're gonna start with the most bougie stuff and then go to the other stuff. So one that I wanna highlight is this duo from Tatcha. So this is the Tatcha Pure One Step Camellia Cleansing Oil, and this is the Rice Polish Classic. So I was first introduced to these two. This one, I think it was like I had gotten a sample or something like that from Sephora, and I had liked it. And then there used to be like a mini set of this too. And the way you use it is you first do an oil cleanse with this one. And then you go with the rice polish, which is like a little like powder that you mix with water, and then you put it in your face, and it just very gently exfoliates your face. I love this. It is incredibly expensive, but I love it. So originally I actually had gotten like a set that had 2 minis, and that lasted me like a long time. And you can still buy the mini for the oil, but unfortunately, very unfortunately, you cannot buy the mini for the rice polish. They only sell it in like this big size, which is expensive. So when was it? So I had been using like what I had left from the mini. And then like during the last Sephora sale, the one in November, given the state of the world, I was like, you know what, like screw it. I'm gonna go and get the two. And I really love it. It's a really, really gentle cleanse on your face. It also feels really nice, feels really expensive and bougie and just like luxurious. And the way I like to do it is I do the the oil first, and I use that time to really massage my face. You know, we tend to carry a lot of tension on your face, or like on our faces. So I take that time to like really go deep and massage my face. I'm gonna try to leave in the description below this lady from TikTok who teaches all these different like strategies and massages just for all of your body, but like she has like this series that she does on your face. So like really the muscles around your mouth and your temples and things like that. So I like to use that time when I put the oil in to kind of like really go deep into my face and just relax that. And then after you rinse it, you just go with the wood-based polish. Again, like they are pricey. They're big products, like they're big sizes. Like I'm trying to see, this is 150 milliliters, which is quite a lot for like a Sephora product or even a cleanser, I would say. And this one is 60 grams. So they last a long time. I don't use them every single night. But there are like a nice little treat, so I do recommend them. I really like them. If you want like something to pamper yourself and it is in your budget, I do recommend them. Next up, we have more practical things, I would say. So we have discussed in many videos, have acne. I'm like a lady over 30 with acne, and there's two products that I tend to like to use that help me with that. The first one is this, I'm sorry it's a little gunky, but is the Briogeo Be Well, I don't know if you can say it, Briogeo Be Well Organic Australian 100% tea tree oil. So I got this originally on, again, a FatFit sale, and I had gotten it for like a lot, for cheap, like maybe like $15, $16. And there's my body, they recommend, they have to use this. They recommend it if you have like a flaky scalp to put like a few drops on your shampoo, or you can dilute it with water and use it on acne and things like that. And I tried it out and I loved it, and it really helped with acne for me, especially if I had spots or anything like that, you know, just before bed, get it, you know, mix it with some water and just put it on your problem spots, and then the next morning they were a lot better. And I also got it at a time where like my skin had never been better. We miss you, fall 2019. But this was actually really good, and I loved it. And then I ran out of it, and I was like, this is just tea tree oil. I'm just gonna go to the pharmacy and just buy the oil, and that's it. And it wasn't the same. So I don't know if the one I bought was wrong. That could also be like if you have a place that sells you good like oils and you can find tea tree oil that way, that's perfect. If not, this one, I love it to the point that like I splurged for the actual one at Sephora because I liked it so much. So I do recommend it. I use it every day, but I use it quite frequently. My only beef with this, so it's 30 milliliters, which is okay. My only beef with this is that the bottle is very heavy itself without the liquid. So it's hard to know how much liquid you have left. So all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm out, because there was no way you could have seen. Like, I feel like there's a good amount right now, but I have no idea, because I know that the bottle is so heavy that it's confusing, but also like you use like a couple of drops at a time. So really like it should last you a good while. And if you have anything like that, like I do find that it really, really helps me. Just please, 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 you have to dilute it. You cannot use it pure. You have to dilute it either in a different oil, in water, on your shampoo. But please, please, please just make sure you dilute it. Next up, go a little simpler. This is the Neutrogena Rapid Clear Daily Leave-On Mask. And it's just like it's like a gel with benzoyl peroxide that treats and controls stubborn acne. So as someone who has acne, I've done a lot of research on, or I've read a lot of research. I haven't done the research, the researchers did, but I've read a lot of research on acne. And what I like about this one is that it has benzoyl peroxide. So we now know that when it comes to topical treatments, the two things that work the best are retinoids and antimicrobials, like for example, benzoyl peroxide. So things like salicylic acid, they may work, but they're not like the two things that we can say, oh, this definitely works for this. And I've read, you know, I've read studies, I've read things that are called systematic reviews, where a researcher has actually looked at all of the research in a specific area to see if a product works or doesn't work, or to answer a research question. But for me, you know, what the research says is that, yeah, the two things that we can really trust that will work are retinoids and benzoyl peroxide, or antimicrobials like benzoyl peroxide. So for a long time, I've been relying more on benzoyl peroxide, especially when you have like spots. I think that salicylic acid, for example, is a BHA. So it's great for prevention, to making sure that you're exfoliating your pores. BHAs can go into the pore, and they're fat soluble, so you're going to be able to really clean them out. So it's great to have like the BHAs in your routine, but when you do have a spot, when you do have a pimple or something like that, you want to go with something like benzoyl peroxide. So I really liked it. One point about the research that I thought it was really interesting, I'm just gonna share it because, yeah, just gonna share it, is that a lot of systematic reviews which have looked at other studies, one of the things that was very common in them was the researchers saying that the studies that have been done on acne are not necessarily of good quality. And I thought that was really interesting about, you know, I guess what's the importance that the research community has given to acne, or the attention that it has given to acne, especially considering the amount of products that we are sold to manage acne. So I thought that was really interesting. But coming back to the product, sorry for that. Coming back to the product, what I really like about this one is that it's very light and it has only 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. Another thing about benzoyl peroxide is that we don't really know how much exactly you need. So usually what you will see at stores or with brands is 5% or 10% in like those spot creams that you would buy. But I like that this one is at 2.5, which means that it's a lot milder. It's not going to dry your skin as much as at 5% or 10%. And I actually read that for people who are aging or who are older, you want to go with lower benzoyl peroxide percentages. It's just better for your skin. So I like that this one is at 2.5. This has been godsend for maskne, because, you know, you just like, either you put it every day just to prevent, or even just like the spots. I find that that type of acne gets itself sorted a lot easier than like the usual acne that I get. So I really like it for that. I haven't been using it as much because I'm not going out as much, so my mask use is a lot less, but especially in the summer, in the fall, where I was going out a lot more, I would put it almost daily to kind of prevent getting that maskne. So I really like it. One sort of like thing you have to pay attention to is it can cause dryness, so just go slow with it, especially if you've never used benzoyl peroxide before. Don't like napalm your skin just like the first time. And then, very important, sunscreen. But we should always be wearing sunscreen. But if you are wearing something like this, please put sunscreen on. But I really like it. And then my last skincare-ish product is actually a lip care product, but it's the NYX Be Gone lip color remover. It is my favorite lip color remover. It exfoliates, it's moisturizing, and it really takes the lips, especially when you wear dark lipsticks, it really takes, you know, gets rid of it really quickly, as opposed to other products that I use. So I love it. I love it to the point that I actually have another one that I haven't opened yet. And this is the one that stays here, and I actually have another one in my bathroom. So I have a lot of these ones because I like them so much. So I strongly recommend it if you are someone who wears like really dark lipsticks and you want to take them out in a way that's like gentle to your lips. The NYX Be Gone lip color is one of my favorite. Okay, so that was skincare, and now we are going to move to makeup. Okay, so now we are on to makeup, and I don't have them. I have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 products to show you. I found that with makeup, sometimes like it just takes me so long to go through a product, especially for like powders and things like that, that I couldn't tell you, oh, like, yeah, this is an eyeshadow that I'll repurchase, because like it takes a really long time to go through those. But I did choose like a couple of things that I do replace frequently, or that I have replaced in the past. The first one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. I love this. it is cheap. Or like it's not expensive, I would say. And I find that it really does what I want a hydrating primer to do. I actually have another one, like an unopened in one of my closets, because I just wanted to make sure that I was getting them. I really like it. It goes really, really smoothly. It does what I needed to do. I do have combination skin, so I do have some like dry patches. So I like this for that. Sometimes I will go in with like more like a masking primer, like something that like will kind of like disguise pores and things like that. But a lot of times, like right now, I'm only using this and I really like it. I saw someone saying like, oh, like because people were complaining on the net that yes, like, you know, you get only this product and this is just like, I don't know, packaging. However, this is a 30 ml. So like it's pretty consistent with like any other primer that you would get, even more expensive ones. Because someone said, oh yeah, you complain like you're getting a little, not too much primer because it's a cheap primer. No, because like you get 30 ml. That's like a good amount of primer. Milk Makeup just like launched a makeup product with 16 milliliters. So just to give you an idea, that, you know, like, yes, like that is a normal size, like 30 ml is like a normal good size. So I love this. I use it a lot. I have found it's one of my favorite primers. It's one that I use almost every day. And obviously I love the price because it's like, here in Canada, maybe $10. I haven't tried the e.l.f. Putty Primer that they say is really good. But I'm excited to try it. But in the meantime, this one, if you want a hydrating primer, this one is one of my favorites, and I buy, like, this is probably my third or fourth one since I first started using it. So I love this. Next up, we have, I just gave some shade threw some shade on Milk, but actually this one I love, and it is the Milk Stick Foundation. Does it have a special name? Let's see. Flex Foundation Stick. I'm actually wearing it right now. The first time I put it on, a friend of mine told me that my face looked like I had an Instagram filter on. I love this. And one of the things I really love is that I love things that are not messy. You know, you just go like, and then you just, you know, let me just go here. So I actually use this brush. This is the Sephora Pro Diffuser 64 brush. So I just like, I swipe it on my face and then I go with this with like just a little setting spray or even like a rose water spray. And I just diffuse it on my face, and it's a great product. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like sticky or anything. It just goes on your skin like a second layer. I love it a lot. This is, I don't know how many I've had of this ones, but like, it's not my first one. That's why I can say for sure. Maybe it's my second one or third. But this is something that like the moment I ran out, I knew I wanted to get a new one of this. So I strongly recommend it. I really like that it's very not messy and it's a solid. So for traveling, if we ever get to travel, it's also really good. So I can't recommend it enough. It's I would say it's like right now it's my favorite foundation. And I have others, but it's my favorite foundation. If I'm gonna wear like full-on foundation, this is what I'm gonna go with because it just feels so nice and light that I just love it. Another foundation that I really like is the, sorry if this is dirty because like it kind of fell on me the other day, but it is the Bare Minerals original foundation, like just a powder foundation. You may be seeing that there's a theme that I like things that are easy to apply, and this one is also super easy to apply, but it has like amazing coverage for a powder foundation. Now this has been a bestseller at Sephora and at Bare Minerals for a very long time. I often have a hard time, or whenever I need to replace it, I have a hard time finding it in the sense that it's out of stock, so I need to like wait. It doesn't help that I have the most basic of colors, which is medium beige. And I just want to say that this one is light medium for me. I love it. Like, you put it on and it just takes all the like discolorations, all the imperfections off your face. Ideally you would put like a little bit of a primer just so it attaches better, but I really, really, really love it. I don't know how many I've had of this one. So like I've been using this one for at least for like 5-6 years. Again, it's a solid, so like if you're traveling or anything like that, or in the summer, it just feels really light. It doesn't feel sticky or anything. You just put it in, and that's all you really need to do. You just need a fluffy brush, and that's it. And I find that it gives you really good coverage for a powder foundation, and even like really good coverage just for foundation in general. One question that some people may have is like, what do you do about concealer with a product like this that's a powder? So I have two options. I'll sometimes just put on my concealer before. So usually I would do foundation concealer. When I do this, I could just, you know, go with my liquid concealer and just put it on my face as it is, and then go with this one. Or the other thing you can do is Bare Minerals has their own concealers that are powders. So this is the Bare Minerals Multitasking Concealer. I think this was like something that I got on like a set, so that's why it's so tiny in Summer Bisque. So this is just their concealer, and it's pretty good to, like, you know, if you still have, like, you put on the foundation and you still have like, oh, maybe something that you feel is showing, like, this is a good one. And then this one, this is really nice. This is the Well Rested eye brightener. So it's like a bit of a, like, I think it's yellower. I don't know if you can see than like what the foundation would be. But it really brightens your eyes. My only thing is they recommend like this flat brush for it, and I like using a fluffy brush for my under eye products. But that's the only thing. I really like it. Again, the good thing is if you're traveling and you have carry-on or something like that, they're powders, so there's not an issue with like liquids or anything like that. They're very easy to apply. You don't need to like wait to let it dry or anything like that. But this you, like, you know, can take them or leave them. It's up to you. You can also, as I said, put on your liquid products first and then that. But this one, I can't recommend it enough. And I know I'm not the only one, because this goes out of stock like really often. So I do recommend it. And they have others. The one you want to buy is the original, because I think they have like an acne one. No, just go and buy the original. You won't be disappointed, especially if you want something light, but like something that will just, you know, even your skin tone and all that in like 3 seconds. Go with this one. And then our last product of the day, almost last product of the day, and like a lot of beauty YouTubers and just beauty influencers would just like make so much fun of me for this. But let me tell you a story. So I actually got this product, or the first one of this. This is the Naked Urban Decay's Naked Flushed palette. I'm gonna show you what it looks inside, but I think I got my first one maybe 2014, probably 2014, because it was when I was still living in the States that I got it. And I got this one, and the reason like they would make fun of me is because, yes, it's not the best palette, and like it has a lot of design flaws that I'm going to show you in a minute. And actually it's my third or fourth that I have. And all the previous ones, at one point they broke, and I still buy it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's a face palette, and it has a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. So I got it in 2014. And I think it was like around the time contouring was starting to be a thing, but also highlighter was starting to be a thing. And this was something that could be like, oh, I can just like have everything I need to do my face really easily. Because, you know, and then I had also gotten like this like brush contouring set from Sephora at the time. And it was like, oh, I can use this with this brush. And it was very easy. And I love it. And to this day, I still love it. So as I said, it's have some issues with some of them. I don't know if it's the best quality, but I do find that like they give me like, you can have a really nice face with blush, with bronzer, and with highlighter all in one. Very easy for travel again. And I just personally love it. I like the color. I think like the blush suits me really well. The bronzer color works really well with my skin, so I think it's just really tailored to my skin. Now at one point they're starting doing different shades of it. So like there were like others, I don't know if they're still doing it. Like mine is in the shade Naked, which is the original one that they did. But yeah, I just love it. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. I love it. It may be like old school. I think one of the biggest issues that if I had to point out their flaws is that the pans are all together. So like, yes, there is cross contamination between the pans. Well, it's just one big pan. So that's number one. And then like, I think because the pan is so big, but the things are separate, eventually, especially the blush or the highlighter, they start to kind of like they break. Because while yes, it's one big thing, it's not all the same product. So it's not the most perfect design. I still know they have one that it would look like they tried to improve on this, but like I find this to be perfection. So I will continue to buy it as long as it is there for me. And yeah, so this has been the makeup part. I think we're gonna go to our honorable mention now. Okay, so now for our honorable mention, we will go with my perfume. So I feel like there's two types of people when it comes to perfume. There are people who love to have many different perfume bottles, and they love to change it and wear different things according to their mood. And then there are people like me who we have our signature scent. And I have to say, I thought I tried to be one of the first one, you know, the first type of people, the people that have like a lot of different ones. And actually, I don't know, when I was in high school, it was like a flex to have a lot of different bottles, and we would buy the bottles because they were pretty. They were pretty mainly, I would say. But like, oh, like I have this many perfume bottles or this many different fragrances. And then as I grew, I realized that like I liked having my signature scent. And I have to say, like, even like, let's say if I go on a trip and I don't want to take all of this, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't put it, usually I have like a little like atomizer I can put it in. But maybe I just like brought like a perfume sample. I hate that I don't smell like myself. So this is my perfume. It is L'Odyssée by Issey Miyake, the Eau de Toilette. I've been using this, like I've been wearing this for, I can't even tell you, but maybe like 15 years now, probably. It's funny because I just smelled it and I couldn't remember what it smelled. And part of the reason is because I'm working from home and I haven't been anywhere for so long now that I didn't remember all the way what it smelled like because I'm just not wearing perfume. I did it in the beginning of the pandemic, and then it just felt like a waste because nobody could smell me. So like, as long as I like smell clean to myself, like then what was the point? So because of that, I just haven't been wearing as much, but this is my perfume. I love it. I've been like, this is what I smell like. If you are not like me, as I always like to say, your kilometrage may vary. You may be more of like a, oh, I have like different perfumes for different moods. And you know what? That's awesome. But for me, I cannot even tell you how many times I've repurchased this because this is the only perfume that I wear. And I've been wearing it for like 15 years now. So it's the Issey Miyake Eau de Toilette L'Odyssée. And I love it. Okay, so I'll just put it back. So this has been all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, what are the products that you tend to repurchase? What are your like must-have products that like the moment you're out, you want to make sure that you get them back in? Leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you want to subscribe, that's awesome. If not, as you know, you're always welcome in this, like on this channel, whether you're a subscriber or not. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.